What's up, everyone? What a day. How are you all? We got some people coming in. We got some more people coming in. Mary. Yeah, I'm going to start giving notifications about this. I'm going to start push notifications because people do find my videos. At the beginning of the week, I had a video where I had 140 people live in. I try and do this later in the evening so that y'all could have, fed your family and had dinner and did whatever you had to do before you come in here and we start talking about the Code of Hammurabi. Can I find the book is the question. Code of Hammurabi. I need some sort of rhyme or reason the way these books are. I know my girl put them in a specific order for her, but I need to find out where these books are so that I can have them. The Code of Hammurabi, huh? God, I have so many books, guys, that I just want to get through with this, but it's, I don't know. They're somewhere, I'll tell you that much. Now, Justin, we were just talking, okay? And if you're driving and listening, I don't want you sending messages until you get home. Be safe on the road. Please. Thank you. We're going to let some people come into the chat. It's Saturday night. Some people probably have better things to do. My best friend's in New York City right now seeing Brad Williams, the comedian. He's a little person, and he's a comedian, and he's hysterical. Okay. All right, Justin. Good. So let's wait to see some more people come in. So we're going to talk about the Code of Hammurabi today. What I should probably do is pull it up so that it's ready to go. We did this yesterday. So there's the Code of Hammurabi. And Aaron made it. Thank you, Aaron. Yes. Like I was saying, I'm going to start sharing when I'm going to go live and putting public things out there so people can come in so I don't have to individually ask people to come in. This is the Code of Hammurabi. But it's only 3 minutes in. I'm going to let some people join the chat, join the group. If you guys want to chat in the conversations, feel free. You guys have any questions before we get started? Hell yeah, now's the time, guys. So I really appreciate it if you guys leave questions or... God, I'm getting old. Okay, so... Hello, places you can't go. Let's let some more people join the chat. You guys have any news topics today that you want to go over? Because usually we start with the news topics, then we do the book, and that's what we do. So you guys have anything that you want to talk about in specifically? Like the Olympics, for example? Anything that you might have seen or just in general? Anything? Let me know in the chat. So we are taking a break from the Ethiopian Bible. Did the Wisdom of Solomon. So in this book, there are 20 books. There are 20 books. I've done 6 so far. So I'm basically a third of the way through. We'll do the book of Baruch in the morning. And I know, guys, that not a lot of people watch the astrotheological breakdowns. Don't watch the astrotheological breakdowns. A ton of them. I mean, they do pick up steam after a couple days and stuff. But right away, people probably have seen the same patterns and everything. But I want to get this live on my channel. Not so much live, but I want to get this on my channel. I want to get all this information out there. Paris lost power today, Lori. Well, what have they been doing? You know what's funny? When Macron tried to raise the retirement age by 2 years, they absolutely went apeshit in Paris. And what they did, the first place they went to when they were protesting, think about it, where would it be? They took over the Black Rock building because the French know how to protest. The Americans don't know how to protest. That's why it's always allowed. That's why it's always out there. That's why people are always allowed to post their protests, because Americans don't know how to protest. The French know how to protest. They don't know how to win wars, but they know how to protest. Paris lost power today, crazy stuff. Well, you had the CrowdStrike thing that recently happened, right? You had the satanic opening ceremony, right? It's the opening ceremony, the Super Bowl, everything. It's always guided by these people. All these major, major events are always guided by these people. Absolutely. So, not surprised that Paris lost power today. Who knows when they'll get it back? All I know is Paris, y'all voted for Macron. And for the people who are telling me that it's the lesser of two evils, Le Pen is still there, and she may win because she's, I believe, still running. And this is why you just don't vote, guys. This is why you don't vote. You don't play into this left-right duopoly. See, people say, I voted so I can complain. No, it's kind of the other way around, really. You voted for this, you lost, which means your ideas were not popular to get the majority of the people. And you're just going to be angry about it for 4 years, whereas I don't vote, and I can shit on both sides. Laurie doesn't vote. Good. Don't vote, guys. I'm telling you, don't vote. Don't play into this. Voting is nonsense. If you can see what they did with Kamala Harris, there wasn't an open debate. They just said, oh, she's vice president and Biden is. It all started with that debate when everyone really saw how Biden was just broken down. And basically, they didn't give him any pop-up drugs for this because they were afraid they were going to test for it. And now we're dealing with Kamala Harris, who, to say, look, you don't get to that level unless you're sleeping your way to the top, messing around with children, or have connections. You don't get to that level. Anyway, I'm going to let a couple more people come in. I'll give it about another 7 or 10 minutes. And we'll start. Places you can't go. Right here. We should ignore them out of existence. Absolutely. So, guys, check this out. Like, you remember last election, right? Supposedly 81 million, 74 million. Well, that's 155 million. This country is 360 million at this point right now, not including the people that are spilling in. But we're at like 360 million people. So what do you think the other 200 plus million people are doing? 205, 206. Aaron Chavez, what do you think about the representation of the Last Supper in the Olympics? Is it a let's divide people? Of course it is. I don't even call it the Olympics. I call it the Ozempics. But let me show you something about the Last Supper. So what I'll do is I'll stop sharing here. Let me pull this out. Really poor choice of words. I'm not pulling anything out. But hold on a second. Let's see here. We're looking. Okay. Let's get a good colored picture of this. Yeah, dude, that'll work. Okay. So let's share this. Let's share this. Let's share this. I can only present one at a time. Okay. All right. That's not a big deal. Here we go. Let's look at this, guys. Now, let's pull this here. Let's do this. All right, guys. So let's zoom in a little bit. You see right here all the way on the left? You see here all the way on the left? Well, that's Aries. You see here all the way on the right? Well, that's Pisces. They're broken down into sections of 3, the sun, 3 and 3. 4 times 3 is 12. These are the seasons. This is Aries, the green. Because again, you have Aquarius and Pisces, right? Those are the water. And Aries begins the year. That's why Aries is all the way on the left. That's why he's green, because you're talking about the water would be blue in Aquarius and Pisces. But when you get to Aries, you're talking about lamb, ram, shepherd, ram's horn, all that kind of stuff. Well, that's all on grass. That's all on the spring when the colors come in. So you can actually wrap the color wheel, the Roy G. Biv, around the Zodiac wheel. And maybe I'll do that at one point. But then you basically, here's Taurus. And then this dude right here, right there, is Gemini. And why is he Gemini? He's holding the 2 hands up right here, the twins, 1 and 2. Then you have Cancer, the purple. And then up here, you'll see Leo. And what is Leo doing? What is he doing? Look at what I'm doing right now. He's pointing to the throat of the clear woman, which is Virgo. Why is he pointing to the throat? Because he's drawing attention that she doesn't have an Adam's apple. Hence, a woman. So then you have the sun, right? The first 6 signs. And then you have Virgo, like this, holding the wheat stalk, like this, holding it up. And then you have what? You have the green. You have Libra. He's holding his arms out like the scales. So Da Vinci knew all this stuff, guys. You see the sun behind Jesus's head. You'll see the 3 window openings, much like all the tombs, not the tombs, much like all the buildings that you'll see in Egypt. But I just wanted to share that with you guys and just go over a couple of things. It's nonsense what they did, but at the end of the day, the religious people are running to it. Oh my God, they're evil. They're the devil. They're putting this nonsense out there. They're making fun of religion, so they clinch closer to religion, not realizing that religion is the psyop. So you have the people acting like degenerates, and then you have the religious people on the other side because they don't want to be a degenerate. So they think that by following the Bible, they'll be doing the right thing and they're in good graces, not knowing what I just showed you about Da Vinci's painting. What about the pale horse, William Cooper? So follow me, Mary, on this. Sagittarius is the day of death. There are 4 Gospels. Jesus dies in all 4. There are 4 Sagittariuses to end the Gospels, because Sagittarius, the last day, is the day of death, December 21st. So the man on the horse is the bringer of death. The pale horse is one of them. The 4 horsemen are the 4 deaths of Jesus because they die in Sagittarius. Facebook Live is not working. We'll mess with it, Todd. We'll figure this out. Da Vinci also encoded the king's chamber in the Great Pyramid into that painting. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Oh my God, wait till you guys find out Mona Lisa, the way she tracks you, the way one side is bigger. I think the left side is a little bit bigger than the right side. Oh, absolutely. All right, so we're going to share. We're going to start. The Code of Hammurabi. We're going to go through the 12 signs. That I'm going to check the chat. So leave comments. Do you want me to address anything before we go into this? Please let me know. Incidentally, the Code of Hammurabi, guys, that you need to understand is that this is an ancient Babylonian text which predates the Bible by many, many, many years. In fact, in the Bible, when they say, if you have a slave and you beat them but they do not die, you have to pay 30, shit like that. Okay, all those punishments and all those judgments, right? Those all come from the Code of Hammurabi, and we're going to see some of them today, even though we're going through astrotheological. So Aquarius, the first sign that I talk about, is represented by the man with the water pitcher. So the key words are son of man, man, baptism, water, pitcher, fountain, stream, river, pond, lake, ocean, sea. Remember, Aquarius has water in the sign, so it can be used to talk about water. Pisces is the two fish in the water. That can be used to talk about water. And whether we're talking about Aquarius water or Pisces water depends on the patterns that it can potentially make, so that you know which one they were talking about. They give you clues sometimes. Like, for example, they'll say the fountain, or they'll say the plain water, or they'll say something like that. That would be Aquarius. Pisces, they'll say something like the salt water, because that's where the animals live, the ocean, things like that, the fish. Aries is the ram, and in Aries you have March 21st, which is the spring equinox. It's a 12-hour day and a 12-hour night. It's also the Passover, or the passing over of the sun over the equator. That's astrotheological. And back on its way to its height in the summer solstice. Christianity, the passing over is changed, and it's called the resurrection of God's Son. In Judaism, the angel of death passes over all the houses in Egypt, and any of those people who don't have the lamb's blood smeared on their doorposts, identifying themselves as the people of Aries, their firstborn sons get killed. 3 Passovers. Ram, lamb, shepherd, ram's horn. That's Aries. Taurus is the bull, right? You see the bull in the sky, you put the plow on the bull. It's that simple. So you can harvest in Virgo and Libra. So when you're talking about bull, ox, calf, or cow, remember cow being the female bull, correct? So when they talk about like belts are made out of cowhide. It's leather. So that's what they're talking about, and that has to do with Taurus. Gemini is the twins. It's the story of Castor and Pollux Troy, whose sister was Helen of Troy. It's the story of Achilles. So whenever you're talking about twins or brothers, well, you're talking about Gemini. Cancer is the crab, and it's a sideways moving creature. Just as the sun rises a degree on its axis starting December 25th, it stops rising a degree on its axis on June 21st, and for 3 days it rises to the same degree, hence moving sideways, and then on June 25th it lowers a degree. The crab in the ancient Egyptian time was known as the scarab, so whenever you're talking about crab or beetle, which they don't do often, but when they do, they're talking about Cancer. And there's things that you have in Cancer, for example. You have a Salus Borealis, the donkey. Argo, the ship, starts there. Canis Major, the dog. I believe Ursa Major is also in Cancer. There's a lot going. The beehive cluster. So there's a lot going on in Cancer, not so much by the sign, but by which collection of stars are actually in Cancer, and there's a ton. Leo is the king. He's the lion. He's the king of the jungle, or the king of the savannah. The ruling planet of Leo is actually the sun. So when you're talking about lion, lioness, or cub, that's Leo. Virgo is the woman holding the stalk of wheat. Remember before when we were saying that you plant in Taurus? Well, the virgins would cultivate the wheat in Virgo in order to make the bread for the year. So whenever you hear virgin, wheat, grain, seed, barley, corn, these are all grainy things that you collected in the Northern Hemisphere thousands and thousands of years ago, right? That's what you basically did. So all that stuff is harvested. So when you're talking about the wheat, what does the wheat make? Well, the bread, right? What does the barley make? Well, that makes the beer, right? So the bread and the beer, when they talk about that, that's what they're talking about. Libra is the justice, the scales, the balance, the just one. The reason it's the justice is because it's going to judge God's sun as it passes over, or technically passes under, the fall equinox and begins its descent into winter, into cold, into death. So all law-related things. Libra is also wine and grape-related things, because that's when you collect the grapes in order to smash them and make them into wine. It's also olive oil season. That's when you press the oil, so the olives. So all law-related things, all wine-related things, and all oil-related things. And guys, why is this stuff so important? Why is this information important? Because these books were encoded and they tell you how to stay alive. They tell you what to do. It's a farmer's almanac mixed with star poetry. That is what it is. And that's how the ancients encoded everything, which is why I'm able to apply my cipher to literally everything. And we are going through my catalog. We did the Code of Hammurabi. Next will be Egyptian. So we're either going to do the Book of the Dead next, or we're going to do the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. So that will be next, because we've done the Sumerians, or I've made a point to do a couple of the Sumerian tablets. And then we were doing the Babylonian. Okay, yesterday we did the Enuma Elish. And then we're going to move to the Egyptians. And then we're going to move to the Bible. We're going to move to the Bible. And then we're going to move to the Quran. And then we're going to move to the Book of Mormon. And we're just going to keep going. And the Gnostic texts too. Scorpio is the scorpion. He is the betrayer. When a scorpion attacks you, it leaves an imprint in your skin that looks like a pair of lips, which is why the mafia has the kiss of death. And it's why Jesus was betrayed by Judas with a kiss. The sun is judged in Libra, and then it's betrayed in Scorpio. Sagittarius, this is where the bow and the arrow shoot the sun, inflicting further punishment on the sun, killing it. Why? This is where the sun dies, because December 21st, the sun is at its lowest point. It's the day of death. It's the day of death, just like Jesus dies 4 times, and there's 4 horsemen in the book of Revelation. 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Capricorn is the goat because he likes to climb the mountain. Capricorn's at the bottom of the zodiac wheel. When you start to walk a degree alongside the wheel, like the sun does a degree every day on its way to its height in the summer solstice, it's going to start to climb up the Great Mountain, as it's known, just like the goat climbs the mountain. So those are the 12 signs, guys. We're going to get into this in a little bit. I just want to check the chat. Okay. Oh, I remember you told Rex you'd never do the Book of the Dead. No, Todd, you have it backwards. I'm begging Rex to do the Book of the Dead. That is the one book that he refuses to do. You have it backwards, sir. He doesn't want to do it. Occult Examiner. I love seeing how all this info is still so popular 10 years after I came across Santos. Yeah, honestly, I found Santos in 2012. And it changed my life, and I've been doing this ever since. And that's basically what I've been doing. Santos had the misfortune, as Jordan Maxwell did, of being ahead of his time. And for that, he paid a heavy price, with the law coming after him and things of that nature. Oops, yes, I do have it backwards. You do. Todd, tell Rex to... No, he's not going to do it. He still won't do it. I talk to him all the time. He refuses to do it. So it is what it is. Anyway, so guys, shall we start this party? Let's do that. Let me just make sure you guys can see it. Okay. Oh yeah, that happens to many of us who are ahead of our time. I am still being stalked. Explain a little further. What do you mean by that? I, to this day, have never gotten a death threat. I don't know if it's because nobody can argue the points, or if I'm being protected. I know I'm being protected. But when you're talking about this stuff, I would love to know how you're being stalked at this, because people with... I don't know. We'll just leave it at that. If you call it the Book of Coming Forth, if I say maybe he will be inclined. He refuses to. Hold on. Okay. Do you see how massive this book is? The Egyptian Book of the Dead. Do you see how massive it is? And throughout it, there's commentary, there's pictures, hieroglyphs. You'll see me highlighting things, the astrotheology. It's a crazy book. Cult Examiner. I left Christianity in 1999 in the South. Many haters for us who speak out against the church and the Bible. I do that every day of my life, and I get no hate. None. Well, this is why my website is debunkmywork.com, which I'll get into later, guys, because I'm going to tell you about books and everything. Santos had the best charts. He really did, but if you don't understand what you're looking at, you'll be completely lost. It's one of those. I mean, he could have made tapestries with those, like that one. He could have made tapestries. Santos did have the best charts. And last I heard, because his YouTube channel got nuked, people were helping him out to upload his videos to Rumble because he's trying to get all his information out there. But man had like 260,000 people following him. And it was nowhere near that when I started. So let's go ahead and begin this. Remember what I said about the laws. If a man has put a spell upon a man and has not justified himself, he upon whom the spell is laid shall go to the holy river. He shall plunge into the holy river, and if the holy river overcome him, he who wove the spell upon him shall take to himself his house. The man's sign is Aquarius, and the holy river either refers to Aquarius or Pisces. These are the two water-bearing signs. So we could technically say that the river is Pisces and the man is Aquarius. If a man in a case pending judgment has uttered threats against the witness or has not justified the word that he has spoken, if that case be a capital suit, that man shall be put to death. This is where the Jews got all their punishments from in the Old Testament. The sign of the man is Aquarius, and the judgment is Libra, the scales of justice. If he has offered corn or money to the witness, he shall himself bear the sentence of that case. The man's sign is Aquarius, and corn is cultivated in September or Virgo with the other wheats and grains. If a man has stolen ox or sheep or ass or pig or ship, whether from the temple or the palace, he shall pay 30-fold. The man's sign is Aquarius. The ox is Taurus, the sheep is Aries. The ass is a Salus Borealis or donkey, which is located in Cancer. And the pig is a constellation called Porcus. The ship is a constellation called Argo that goes from Cancer to Scorpio. Okay? So, Taurus and Aries are connecting signs. And then, obviously, Aquarius and Libra, part of the ship, are opposing signs. These are 7 signs total in this one passage. If a man has bought the cattle or sheep which the king has given to the ganger from the hand of the ganger, he shall be deprived of his money. The man's sign is Aquarius, the cattle is Taurus, and the sheep is Aries. Aries and Taurus connect. If a man has opened his runnel to water and has neglected it, and the field of his neighbor the waters have carried away, he shall pay corn like his neighbor. The man's sign is Aquarius, the running water is Pisces, the corn is Virgo. Aquarius and Pisces connect, Virgo and Pisces oppose. If a man has opened the water, and the plants of the field of his neighbor the waters have carried away, he shall pay 10 gur of corn per gan. The man sign is Aquarius. The waters are Pisces, because the plants of the field are vegetation, which begins in Aries after the two water signs. He will pay corn, which is Virgo. Pisces and Virgo are opposing signs. If a shepherd has cursed the sheep to feed on the green corn, the shepherd and the sheep are Aries, the corn is Virgo. If the merchant has given to the agent corn, wool, oil, or any sort of goods to traffic with, the agent shall write down the price and hand over to the merchant. The corn is Virgo, the wool comes from sheep, which is Aries, and the oil comes from Libra. Virgo and Libra connect, Aries and Libra oppose. Let's take a minute and check the comments, because we're about almost just a little more than a third of the way done. All right, let's see here. The zodiacs were created by Rome shortly after the day the sun stood still. The sun never stood still. I don't care what it says in Joshua. He didn't make the sun sit still. The zodiacs were created by Rome. No, I don't believe that. That can't. The zodiac has been fixed for at least 17,000 years with two changes. In the Egyptian times, the crab was the beetle. We've already touched base on that. And the other thing we're talking about is Leo the lion was the Sphinx. Lori. It's not that old. Prince Beer. Hello. Oh, my girl's making herself known this early. Thank goodness I found the most hands. Thank you, love. Thank you. Have a wonderful, peaceful night. And I'll be waiting for you when you get back. That's not what I meant. The zodiac fits a 365-day calendar. Yes, it does. It fits a 365-day calendar, but the degrees are only 360 in a wheel. The zodiac does not line up to any calendar that has ever been. As much as we fucked calendars up, and it used to be Aries was the beginning of the year that was known, and then even further back it was Virgo. As much as we've known this, the zodiac has pretty much remained the same, and the zodiac, that doesn't line up with the months. So it doesn't matter because the zodiac is its own calendar. And they know this. I just want to see this again. Thanks, Mama. We were on a 360-day calendar many years ago. Not true. Maybe. I honestly can't speak too intelligently on that, but what I can tell you is the Ethiopians, right? Again, this book is the bane of my existence for the next 2 weeks. A 360-day calendar. The Ethiopians have 12 months at 360 days and 1 month at 5 days. The actual calendar should be 13 months at 28 days like a woman or the moon cycle, with an extra day for the new year. Five intercalendar days. Mary, touch base a little bit more on that. The Nur. I can give you a list of books that have recorded in the historical record. See if you can find an article that I can read and DM it to me, Todd. I would like to see that. Occult Examiner, do we talk on social media? Have you found me yet? Yes, we women are the timekeepers. They have screwed our calendar up so much. Julius Caesar, Caesar Augustus is why we have Julius Caesar and Caesar Augustus is why we have July and August. No, I have followed for a few years, though. Reach out to me on social media. That's what I tell everyone to do. Just reach out to me on social media. Let's continue. We did this. If a wine merchant has not received corn as the price of drink, has received silver by the great stone, and has made the price of drink less than the price of corn. Again, this is a wine merchant, remember. That wine merchant one shall put her to account and throw her in the water. Wine is Libra, the corn is Virgo, these are connecting signs. The water is Pisces, that's Virgo's opposing sign. Always with these patterns, guys. This is 6,000 years old almost. If a votary, a lady who is not living in the convent, has opened a wine shop or has entered a wine shop for a drink, that woman one shall burn her. If a wine merchant has given 60 ka of best beer at harvest time for thirst, she shall take 50 ka of corn. So the lady is the woman sign in Virgo. The wine is Libra. Hold on. Sorry, I'm having an issue with this. This doesn't always format the right way. It's kind of a pain in the ass. The lady is the woman sign in Virgo. The wine is Libra. Connecting signs. A wine merchant is Libra. The beer is Virgo, barley. Connecting signs. Corn is Virgo. Still connecting signs. If a man has heaped up corn in the house of a man, he shall give as the price of storage 5 ka of corn per gur of corn per annum. The man is Aquarius, the sign of the man. The house of the man is Aquarius, the house. Remember, zodiac signs are called house, eon, age. There's different words for it. Home. There's different words. Each zodiac sign is called a house, and the corn is Virgo. If a man has caused the finger to be pointed against a votary, or a man's wife, and has not justified himself, the man they shall throw down before the judge and brand his forehead. The man is Aquarius, his wife is the woman sign of Virgo. The justified and the judge comes from Libra, the scales of justice. Virgo and Libra are connecting signs. So guys, do you see why it's dangerous to read this literally? I mean, especially in the Code of Hammurabi, where these are just very archaic, strange, just almost sadistic punishments. But this is why you don't read it literally. This is what I'm always trying to tell you guys. Look deeper. Look within yourself. Don't make me turn into Rafiki from The Lion King. I'll just sit here all day and I'll make you watch me do this. I don't care. Okay? Stop reading these literally. If a wife of a man, on account of another male, has had the finger pointing at her and has not been caught in lying with another male for her husband, she shall plunge into the holy river. The wife is Virgo, the female. The man is Aquarius. The holy river is in Pisces. Virgo is the opposing sign of Pisces. Aquarius is the connecting sign of Pisces. If a lady, votary, or a vowed woman whose father has granted her a marriage portion, has written her a deed, in the deed he has written her has not, however, written her after her whatever is good to her to give, has not permitted her all her choices after the father has gone to his fate, her brothers shall take her field and her garden, and according to the value of her share give her corn, oil, and wool, and shall content her heart. The lady is Virgo, the woman. The father is the man sign Aquarius. Her brother are the brothers in Gemini. The corn is Virgo, the oil is Libra, and the wool is Aries. So, are there any patterns? Well, of course there are. Virgo and Libra are connecting signs. The wool is Aries, the oil is Libra. Those are opposing signs. Isn't it crazy the way everything just works out? So I'm going to do 2 more, and then we're going to go back to the comments. If a man has struck the strength of a man who is great above him, he shall be struck in the assembly with 60 strokes of a cowhide whip. The man is Aquarius, as noted many times before, and the cowhide whip is Taurus, the female bull. These are two of the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac. If a cow doctor or a sheep doctor has treated a cow or a sheep for a severe wound and cured it, the owner of the cow or sheep shall give 1/6 of a shekel of silver to the doctor as his fee. If he has treated a cow or a sheep for a severe wound and has caused it to die, he shall give 1/4 of its price to the owner of the ox or the sheep. The doctor, the man, is Aquarius, the sign of the man. The cow is Taurus. The sheep is Aries. Aries and Taurus are connecting signs. So we have about another quarter to go. Let's see what we've got. Hold on. Let's see what we got. Thank you, Lori. Let's see what we got. Head branding, right? Reminds you of Nexium a little bit, doesn't it? Right? What they used to do to those women with Allison Mack, the actress from Smallville. I'm assuming you mean Mark of the Beast. That's up for debate. I don't see that as ever being answered in a way that makes sense to me. I don't see that astrologically, the Mark of the Beast. Here we go. Look into Otto Kern about Orphic Vax. Give me a little bit, the Occult Examiner, so I could share it with everybody real quick on what that is, because I don't want to look it up right now while I'm doing live. Miss Honeybee is in. Thank you. All right, guys, let's take this home. Take me home. If a man has hired a working ox for 1 year, he shall pay 4 gur of corn at its hire. The man is Aquarius, the ox is Taurus, and the corn is Virgo. If a man has hired an ox or sheep and a lion has killed it in the open field, the loss is for the owner, forsooth. The man is Aquarius, the ox is Taurus, the sheep is Aries, and the lion is Leo. Taurus and Aries are connecting signs. Aquarius and Leo are opposing signs. If a wild bull in his charge has gored a man and caused him to die, that case has no remedy. The bull is Taurus and the man is Aquarius. If a man has hired a man to reside in his field, has furnished him seed, has entrusted him the oxen, and harnessed them for cultivating the field, if that man has stolen the corn or plants, and they have been seized in his hands, one shall cut off his hands. The man is Aquarius, the ox is Taurus. As he mentioned, he plows. As above, so below, the plow. Has entrusted him the oxen and harnessed them for cultivating the field. The corn is Virgo. If a man has stolen a watering machine from the meadow, he shall give 5 shekels of silver to the owner of the watering machine. If he has stolen a watering bucket or a harrow, he shall pay 3 shekels of silver. The man is Aquarius, and the watering machine or the bucket is the man with the water bucket in Aquarius. This is just talking about Aquarius. This is why it's so important not to read these literally. If a man has hired an ox for threshing, 20 ka of corn is its hire. If he has hired an ass for threshing, 10 ka of corn is its hire. If he has hired a goat for threshing, 1 ka of corn is his hire. The man is Aquarius, the ox is Taurus, the corn is Virgo. The donkey is Acellus Borealis, the donkey which is in Cancer. The goat is Capricorn, the goat. Capricorn, the goat, and Cancer are opposing signs. And are there any more in that? Yeah, there is actually. No, there isn't. There isn't. Okay, so that would be it, guys. My point once again is not that those ancient people told literal stories, and we are now smart enough to take them symbolically, but that they told them symbolically, and we are now dumb enough to take them literally. So that's the Code of Hammurabi, guys. And I'm glad you're all in here. It's fantastic. Peaceful healing to all. Honeybee, it's always good to see you. Here we go. Orphic Vox is coded language with text, much like what you say the zodiac signs mean. Like a fig in ancient Greek text is code for anus. I'm going to have to look into this. This actually interests me. This is actually interesting. But here's the thing. Do you have to make stretches to make connections? Or are they just blatantly obvious to a 5-year-old? That is what I tell people when people give me interpretations of things. I say, can you explain it to a child? Can you break it down so that a brand new person who's never heard of anything can follow along? Well, that's the case. Donkey is also Cancer. Donkey is Cancer. The Salus Borealis is the donkey, which is in Cancer. Correct. You have a lot in Cancer. You have the donkey. You have the bear, Ursa Major, Ursa Minor. You have Canis Major, Canis Minor. You have the dogs. You have the beginning of Argo, the ship. You have the beehive cluster, so the honey. There's plenty of them. I'll put in the comments the intercalendar. Alrighty then. All right, guys. That is basically what we have for the Code of Hammurabi. Now tomorrow, let me just do this one more time. If you want to understand what has truly been hidden from us in history, in politics, and whatever, history, politics, whatever you want to talk about, just ancient holy sciences, get my book series, Into the Rabbit Hole. Go to debunkmywork.com. All these videos are already up there. I'm just going live and sharing this. Here we go. Oh, yeah, it is great info. Yes, stretch, because that's part of the hidden mystery. I didn't know about it until last year, and I've been digging to what the code was, Otto Kern. I saw on my phone just now, Occult, that you started following me on Facebook, which is tremendous. Send me a video on this so that I can actually watch this. If you don't mind DMing me a video on this, guys. And it's not that I appreciate all your feedbacks. And look, guys, I'm just some dude from Long Island that figured some shit out. That's all I really am. I learned from you guys as much as you learned from me. I promise you that's the case. Because you guys are busy off learning everything else while I'm super focused on astrotheology and things of the history of that nature. So you can feel free to always DM me, talk to me. But like I say, if you go to debunkmywork.com, all my social media is there. All my videos are there. There's a breakdown. You have a way to contact me. Literally, it'll go to my email. It's at the bottom of the page. All my books, including my children's astrology book or astrotheology book, A is for Aries, that I did with my astrologer Priscilla. And Lori and Aaron, thank you guys. I'll be back on Facebook in a little bit. So what I'm probably going to do, what we're probably going to do is I'm going to do, what's afterwards? Baruch. Okay, so let me just see something a sec, guys. Hold on. So Baruch is, wait a minute. Hold on. There's actually additional books. Wisdom, Sirach, and Wisdom of Jesus, son of Sirach. So that'll be tomorrow. So in the mornings, or in the in the mornings or in the early afternoons, what I'm going to do is I'm going to astrotheologically break down some new books that I haven't done. While in the evening, we'll just be talking about the crap, I spilled something. Anyway, in the evenings, we'll do these lives. But during the day, I'll have stuff in the morning. I'll have new books out, new astrotheological videos. And in the evening, we'll go over the ones that I've already done. So thank you guys. Please like and share. It matters. Honeybee always writes this. Thank you. And I will talk to you soon. I'll be on Facebook in a little bit.